What's up, Alan? Welcome in. You know, I've just been working so much obsidian lately. Had to get back to my roots. Pull out a big old Flint River piece. What's up, Lance? All right, good to have you, man. What'd you end up making? Out of curiosity. Pickwick or Savannah River or... Love you. Oh, thanks, Jace. Jared's here. What's up, Jared? There we are. They've been working a lot of obsidian lately, so had to switch it up on Mr. Allen there tonight. Pickwick and a Hopewell. I don't think I've made a Hopewell before. I might have to look up what that style looks like. That must be a northern style. Or at least out of the Gulf Coast region, I would think. Well, that's cool. So I made a couple of them today. Awesome. Well, I do have my dog with me. He's back yonder. So we're just gonna be hanging out, doing a little Flint Knapping today. Dug a smoker area this past weekend. Oh, no way, Lucas. What point did you find? This material is a little bit dry. So we'll see what we can make out of it. What's up to everybody who's joining? Welcome in. Working a big piece of Flint River today. Got us a copper bopper. And we're just kind of whamming away at these flakes. What is it? This is Flint River Chert from Georgia. Pretty dry piece, but we're gonna make it work, I think. And I think it is raw. Has to be. It must be. It's cool, thank you. I'll send some pictures to you. Leave it. All right, sounds good. I'm curious to see what you're making. Probably a big pickwick or something, like Lance. What's up, Marty? Welcome in, Marty. This stuff is brutal. Unforgiving. I typically try to stay away from the drier Flint River, but this was a larger piece, kind of caught my eye over there. And I was like, well, there might be some good I can make from it. But it'll be a very big challenge, that's for sure. Might should have picked a different piece. Hello, just want to see what you're making. Probably a big blade of some kind. Big blade. Live long and prosper. While you grind the sides. That allows for me to shoot flakes off. When you grind the edge, you're dulling it. You're making it less sharp so that you can send a lot of force into the strikes that you're hitting. Otherwise, the edge will crush and fail. And it won't send a flake like this, or not. It won't send a flake like that very easily if that edge isn't prepared very well. So we call it preparing the edge, setting a platform, a lot of names for it, but abrading the edge is what we're doing now. That makes it less chippy, choppy, finicky, all that. Yeah, I definitely should have picked a nicer piece. I know Lance is familiar with this particular material. Tomahawk or axe blade. Well, we're going to work it into a finished blade of some kind. But there's certainly a difference between this kind of material and the candy stuff. But this one's big enough. Oh yeah, well, I mean, I guess I'll try. I guess might as well. Even if these good platforms fail because of it, you can always make a big fat sandy or something if all else fails, or a big Simpson. I want this to take. I highly doubt that it will, but you know, what can you do? Oh, it actually did. It pushed off. So you see this little line right there? It pushed right on over. So that did okay. Not too bad. Could have been worse, that's for sure. Oh, I'm definitely familiar with it, yeah. What's your favorite flavor of milkshake? Believe it or not, I'm not a big milkshake guy. So maybe vanilla. But also I'm semi-lactose intolerant, so I only drink like fat-free stuff, fat-free milk. So, yeah, one of those things. I had some gelato in Italy that was really good though. But I don't think it's made out of dairy. It's made out of custard. I think. If I'm thinking right. Gotta find my way in. This could be very bad. Or very good. We'll take it. I don't think this will be the thinnest point, but it'll definitely be a big blade with some size to it and some variation because it's got some neat little colors and it's got a lot going on in there. So definitely not the first piece I'd probably pick up now knowing how it's flaking, but that doesn't mean we can't turn it into a monster point. And so that's what we're going to go for, is some kind of big, out there kind of blade. Try to get it fairly thin, of course. Patrick's auction ends at the top. Oh, well, y'all better go in and out. You don't want to miss anything good over there. But I know a few people have missed something good here, and Mr. Marty has swung up a couple of good little items. That was a good hit. Happy that one went well. Try to isolate. This is a very hefty area here. I want to make sure that platform's low enough. And probably just gonna have to take a rollover flake rather than a real thinning flake. And the reason for why is it's very thick here. So if I just go shooting straight in, I mean, it's gonna hinge or it's gonna wrap, or, you know, I've gotta hit, instead of in, I gotta hit a little more down. Then I can afford to hit in. So this just kind of wraps over. It's not like a super big thinning flake. Just kind of helps me see what's going on. And you could tell where the residual flake is on this side, there's still some thickness there that we can work with later. All right, so now we got this platform where it's fairly low. I think we can drive it a little better. Yeah, there we are. And then this little thickness we're just talking about over here. This is technically, you know, when you look at that, it's kind of isolated for down here. We're gonna hit it the opposite direction. And was able to finally drive one across the face because we had the thickness for it. When I start coughing, I need to put this fan over here. That's what I need to do and get some drink. All right. So what's next? Well, we look and we see that we got a little crystal limestoney area there. We can take some flakes off the backside here. I think that'll be helpful for later on. Or not. Looks like there's a little bit of funky stuff there too. Let's do this. You know, we just took this flake. Wouldn't hurt to go ahead and flake across the other portions there. You know, since that's low. Just kind of go ahead and match everything to it. The only issue with that is this is our better side. And when we flake off of our better side, we're leaving the worst side. But hopefully this can get us some good ridges for down the line and will be worth it. Just like that, you know, a good thinning flake that takes care of the job there. That's some kind of rock. It is. It's Flint River chert from Georgia. Flint River chert from Georgia. And I'll give you one guess as to which river it's from in Georgia. And I'll give you another hint. It's in the name. Flint River. After that first hit and it crushed. See, that's why you want to braid, is because the edge will just crush on you. So all those who are asking what this little abrader does, it strengthens the edge so that it doesn't just whittle the edge away. So that you can actually, so if I didn't abrade it, all this little chipping right here, just keep chipping in, but I wanted to shoot one across the face. So that's what we did. What we're seeking to accomplish there. Again, while we're at it, go ahead and fool around with this side and get it how I want it to be. I don't think we'll go Pickwick, but you never know. Still kind of early on in this make. It could be a number of things. And see, that's again where some of the rock is just not the candy stuff that you would like to work, would be the best stuff to work. You gotta work around these little faults in the stone. So that's what we're gonna do. Brandon says hello. That's cool though. Thank you. Oh, somebody donated a little bit. I'm not sure who, what, when, where, why, but thank you. Whatever that is, I have no idea. Tradbo's in here. What's up, man? Which is different than Flint. I want to do percussion, yeah. All right. Welcome in. What's up, guys? Hello, hello. This is just such a dry piece of material. Not the most ideal for making a big art piece because it's gonna hinge out. It's just very dry. Not ideal. So already I'm thinking possibly paleo here. So Simpson or Clovis is kind of what's on my mind. That was a really good flake. I forget where it went, but that one took out. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So on this side, it's fairly clean other than the hole, but here we took out that little limestone pocket. So it worked out. Wisdom sandals. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you don't have the wisdom sandals, you'll never know what it's like to be a real master. Nah, you'd be fine. The only thing with a Clovis is you got to pile through this big little area here. And I'm about convicted to just go ahead and go Clovis because this is not one that I can really fine tune. This is one that could use some heating for sure. But that doesn't mean we can't make something out of it raw. In fact, if I make a Clovis point, usually I like the material to be raw. And I don't know, it just looks a little more authentic to me. Just kind of got that authentic flavor, feel to it. So we'll kind of draw in our edges a little bit. Draw in this tip a little bit as we inch closer. And hope for the best. See, this side is flaking okay, even though it's raw material, but the other side's being a little finicky on me. So I'll try to take that into consideration as we whittle it down, do what we need to do. That was a good flake. That one captured a lot of what we needed to get off. Right there. A lot of that thickness undercut one of the hinges there. We'll just pile through. Awesome, I'll find arrowheads around. No way. That is awesome. That's so cool. Oh, thank you, Mr. Parker. Thank you, guys. All right, what's next? Could still make a Kirk, but do I want to deal with the notches? No. Not on something like this. This is one where I'm kind of wishing I had my obsidian back. All right, Alan, you might get your wish. I'm joking. No, we're already this far. We got to finish it, guys. Gots to. There was once a guy, back when I was taking requests more often, who asked for a Clovis about this width. And I actually made one for him after a couple attempts. Turned out pretty good. Now, I'm not going to make this one that wide. He had a very specific way he was looking for it to be made. But we'll see what we can do. There's still a couple hurdles I got to get through. And after we get through those hurdles, maybe we can talk about the width on our Clovis point. Notice some of the little fossils in here. Little limestone areas. Kind of raise this edge up so that it can get low, so that we can easily shoot off everything on this side. It's kind of my main concern right now is getting everything on this face kind of cleaned up. So we hiked up this edge, lowered it from here so that we can strike off this side. And I don't know how successful we'll be, especially with our little problem area there, but give it our best shot. It did pretty good. That hinged out in the middle, that's fine, because that's where we want to take our flute anyways. I wasn't really going for that, but it worked out. This is also a critical hit here, and that did really well. That cleared us out into this area. Isolate the next one. This is where it's going to get tricky here. But we were able to pile through that fossil. That's really good news. I was unsure how that would work. Okay. A little bit of thickness down here towards the base. There we go, that caught it fairly easily. A little more thickness here we might can catch. And we caught it. All right, little thickness here. Wouldn't hurt to try to grab. Catch it from this angle maybe. Yeah, just ran right there in the middle. It's kind of what we're going for. All right, another little area here that we can try to fixate on. Right here. There's a good little ridge. I don't know if you can see it well. There's a good ridge we can run with a little bit of thickness there. This may hinge out in the middle. I really don't know. But I want to give it a shot at least. All right, ran right over. That's good news. Pulled back a little bit. Usually you don't want to do that, but I don't think in this case that it was that bad. And already our worst side is starting to get fairly okay as we move along and we're trying to make progress. So doing good so far. Doing good, doing good. That was not great, which means I'm gonna go ahead and release where I missed and move on to the next flake. So that's what we did, caught that one. And we're getting a little groove here. Everybody's saying hello, what's up? Snyder, funny enough, this is not the candy. This is some of the driest Flint River I've had the pleasure of working. But we're making it work. Some candy stuff would be kind of like, more like that there. This is just ultra dry. But it is Flint River indeed. It is indeed some Flint River. Oh yeah, that one ran off good. That one did good. I don't speak Spanish. Que padre, I have no idea. It looks like he's making a Clovis point. Fantastic guess. You very well might be right. Depends on how I'm feeling here in a few minutes. We got our flip-flops on. We got our bopper working for us pretty good so far. Flakes are flying off. And having a good time. Good luck on the knife. Who's, what is he making a knife? This is going good. Now I gotta get rid of some thickness on the other face. Okay, this is where that, oof, this could be bad. All right, we caught it. Another sip of Diet Mountain Dew, because this is the sponsor of our channel. Not really. Not really, but I drink it all the time. I'm bidding in a knife. Oh, okay. What's the bid at? I'm joking. I don't care. Y'all like his stuff up. He's got some good stuff. He really has been putting out some fine points recently. There was a clay point he made a couple weeks back. It was really nice. I screenshot a lot of points, but that one I was like, yeah. I'm gonna screenshot that one. You know, it has a very unique take on a clay point. I've seen a couple authentics look like the one that he was mimicking there. And it was a neat one. I thought it was cool. Bopper, and this one, maybe. Some of you might be thinking, if you're a flint napper, how is he making those hits along the tip and not breaking it? Well, number one is support. You know, supporting the piece so that it's not in a fragile position. But also, I've worked this material so often over the years that it just kind of comes to an awareness of where my hands need to be. And thankfully, I'm not fooling around with obsidian chips all the time, Alan. I don't have to worry about glass all over my hands. That makes a difference. And also noting, like, when you need, like right here, I do not need to hit an ultra abraded platform. This thing, you see the whole thing shaking? I need to hit on something that's a bit more fragile. Like this area down here. And that kind of lightens the load on some of these areas here. Move my way up, move my way up. And now I can strike off that big, thick area there and get it going. So a lot of it's just time, practice with the material, knowing your stone. That's really key. Knowing your material. Very well. Humongous best tip I could offer you is just get to know the stone you're working. Because every stone is going to be a little bit different. Very similar. Most stones are very similar. But they can be very different. This little bopper went to town on that little platform there. There we go. That's the one I was looking for here. So now we got all these little sequential flakes working our way down. Just go again. Probably need to abrade this edge here. Definitely want a good little flake scar there. There we go, we got it. And again, maybe a little bit more. Let me see. A little bit here, maybe. Yeah, there we go. I caught any of those little hinges we might have had. Just kind of roll over here. Red Rover, something, send, or whatever. Y'all know the deal. So we keep shooting little flakes off, getting it cleaned off, a little bit more. Notice there's a little bit of a thickness here, so what we're gonna do, come around here, make sure this edge is low, make sure there's no interference along the base that's gonna mess us up, and then we take our abrader, we shear the backside, lower the platform, and now we've got areas we can strike to collapse into this stone and try to thin it down. So my main hit's gonna be right in here. So I'm gonna work my way to it by chopping off some smaller flakes. Okay, maybe even one along the base, because why not? This isolates it from both sides. And this is the most critical hit here. Do my little V-shape abrading. Get it nice and dull on that edge so we can shoot right into this thickness. Everything else is cleared off, but there's a thickness there. We're gonna try to hit off with this platform. All right, you ready? What's up, guys? Welcome in. I should have abraded more. I felt it after the first hit. Definitely should have abraded more. Now, anytime that we hit a flake off, we're left with 2 ridges. I'm gonna try to use them and try to play this out to our advantage, as I would with trying to shoot across any hill for that matter. We're able to catch a good portion of it there. Not all of it, but we'll save that for the flute. How about that? I think that's a good idea. Because we are still planning to make a Clovis. Maybe, possibly. That's the goal. So I'm going to draw this side in now. And I can switch down a size in bopper because really I just need the flakes to go into the middle. I don't need them to traverse the whole point, so as long as they end somewhere about right in there, I'll be a-okay. And if they go a little more, fine. Again, that's about where I want our flute to be, is right in there. So leaving a little thickness right in the middle is kind of what we're going for. So setting the platforms up enough where it does flake off quite decently, but not trying to lower it enough where you're doing paleo flaking per se. Same thing on this side. A braid and just kind of striking. That one didn't do very well at all. Down a little bit. And into some of these thick areas, we'll just take a little flake. That ended about right there. Another little flake ends about right there. Again, we're trying to leave area for a flute. So we're gonna be a little cautious with how we're doing things. Or a little extra cautious at least. And probably won't run like I'm thinking it will. All right, so now this side is essentially set up, with the exception of maybe this hit here. I was able to make it past that hinge, so that's good news. All right, so we can go ahead and set up a flute here if we want to. I don't think that'd be a bad thing. That was really good. I needed that one. And I'll show you, I don't use anything crazy for sake of, doing my flutes. I just hand flute them mostly. And take my little bopper here and whittle this in just a little more. And now we've got an area where can actually hit the thing, there we go. Where I can actually draw an effective flake. All right. All right, so now we're gonna take our attention, now that we have a good thickness here, we're gonna switch our attention back to the base because we wanna draw a flute in the very middle of this point. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take what's called a pressure pad, if I can find it. I always lose this rascal here. I know it's here. Bear with me, I'm gonna find, oh, here it is, right in front of my face. All right, we're gonna set up this flute, okay? Start by getting this base where we want it to be. Hike it up about where we need it to be. A little bit higher. Not too high. Then we're gonna come back and do 2 sets of flaking. So this will be set number 1 to set up our flute here for the Clovis. So this is set number 1. We're just kind of drawing some flakes off, nothing too out there crazy. Now we do the other side, leaving a little room for the flute. A little something about like that. Now again, we got to do that one more time on this same side to keep our flute. So what I'm going to do is abrade the back side. And this process is done for sake of relieving the pressure. So we're going to flake off this back side. You may say, we're fluting off this side. Well, this side relieves a lot of the pressure in through here. You're about to see it, all right? So we'll go here. And I'll show you. I'm going to do this side. And I'll show you exactly what happens. All right, so I only did one side here. Notice how thick this is and just bulky. Here it's thinned down. This relieves a lot of the pressure to allow it to go through there rather than anything else. Yeah, peanut brittle, yeah, I'm right there with you. Tried peanut brittle for the first time a couple weeks ago, and maybe saying, well, why is that? Well, I've always had a tree nut allergy. I knew I could have peanuts because they don't grow on trees. Might be shocking to some of you. But anyways, all the peanut brittle packets that I would see would say like, oh, made in like a factory that has almonds, and I was like, ugh, well. Anyways, I found one the other day that didn't say that. I told myself I'm gonna get it and eat it, and it was amazing. I've really been missing out on that. That stuff is amazing. So good. So this is just for the sake of a little bit of more isolation. That's all that's for. Did I catch this? Let me see. Nope, it didn't. There we go. Caught it now. So this is all for sake of preparing this flute, which will take in about approximately 1 minute and 30 seconds, if y'all can wait that long. Can y'all wait 1 minute, 30 seconds to flute a honkin' Clovis? I hope so. Just relieving a lot of pressure. And even when this, oh man, now that I'm looking at it, this is not, this is not a great platform. It just flattens out so much right there. That's awful. Oof, well. If we fail together. Which it's looking like this is gonna fail, but we'll see. Depends on how low we can get it. That did good on that side. What about this side? That's going to be a problem for us. I was able to pick a little bit of it out, but not a lot. That caught, that got into our flute though. Let's see. If it's been a minute 30, I apologize. Yeah, this is going to be a brutal flute. I don't think this is going to work out well. I have to angle it. It's the only way it'll work, I think. And it very well may not. I think it's going to hinge out, actually. Because of that right there. Y'all are about to see an epic fail live on stream. Now my hope is that, no. All right, y'all are about to watch me break this. I'm dead serious. It's not gonna hold. But I'm not even kidding. I don't think it'll hold. Dead serious. It'll either hinge out or bottom out. That or just kind of lackadaisically roll over. But you know what? We'll do it together. And it'll be what it'll be. It'll be what it'll be. I gotta find the right bopper for it. This one will probably do it. This one will break it for us. That's actually too much. I need this one. This one will break it. Yeah, so it did that little lackadaisical rollover. I kind of knew it would. It was just, there was a little hole there, no wonder. I think that's why it wouldn't pick out there, but nonetheless, now I know what we're gonna do. Now I know exactly what we're gonna do. Clovis no more. Simpson, here we come. Now a lot of y'all know what a Simpson looks like, but I'm still gonna go for another little flute here. Just a matter of kind of setting it up. Still want to go through the process, you know, be somewhat diligent with what I'm trying to do. Finally got rid of some of that crud there. That's good news. But will this platform hold up? Either way, if it doesn't break, I have a strong feeling we're gonna make something for sure. And I'm okay with that break, by the way, I don't care. We're gonna make something for sure by the end of the stream. fairly confident about that. Oh boy, that is, ooh, that stuff there is not forgiving, folks. N-O-T, not at all forgiving. Boy, howdy. Now this could break the point here, but it did exactly what I wanted it to, and thankfully, whew, I'm glad it did. That's gonna hinge out, but that helps us because we're trying to do that number there, and that hinged out. Oh boy, okay, well that's fun. Goodness gracious, of course it would. You gotta love this tough stone now. Quartz eyeball, yeah. It's an eyeball I don't want to have to deal with. Again, this could break the point very easily. Thinned it out some. Now we just got to match it. Do the same on the other side. And about 1,000 other things. Alright. Boy, I'm not a fan of this stuff. Now I'm definitely not a fan. Oh my goodness. Alan, I want my obsidian back. I know this is going to be a good point when it's finished, but... That took so much effort. The thing is, like, we're nearly done. That's the crazy part about it. It's just a matter of cleaning this up before it gets too far gone. I might can pressure flake that out. Let me see here. Get my pressure flaker. Got some of it. Yeah, this one definitely needed to be heated up for sure. This is not being a friend to me. But I'm getting it though, I'm getting it. I don't think I'm not. There we go. There go the motorcycles. Coming out to say hello. There we are. About doggone time. Goodness gracious. Whew. Neat spring chipper, Jay. Thank you. Always had trouble with hinges. Yeah, man. Hey, I do too. I do too. They call that the Nacho-Matic. I forget who sells it, but somebody, I mean, you can make it yourself, but I bought it from somebody who makes them. And then kind of thin the spring out so that it did a little bit heftier of a strike. Now this could be either really good or really bad. There's really no in between here. Oh, it did good. Oh, thank goodness that did good. That is exactly what we needed right there. Whew. Boy, howdy. I'm over here stressing over a piece of Flint River. Thing is, again, it's gonna be really nice once I finish it up. Of that, I'm fairly certain. It's just getting through the small little hurdles here in the beginning. That was it. That was the one we wanted. Oh yeah, this is coming together nicely. There we are. Oh yeah, okay. All right, things are back on track. Things are back on track. Hello. It's a Bowie knife. Gonna go for a Simpson. For an old tried and true blade from the deep south. That one poked me in the face. By the way, this is some of the material that I learned how to flint knap on. You know, I grew up on stuff in Alabama, but eventually, once I got my hands on this is where I learned to get good, is Flint River shirts. I would highly suggest it to anybody who's wanting to get into flint knapping and learn about the hobby. Definitely a good material to try. Whether you work raw stuff or heated stuff. I prefer working the raw because you come to learn how to work through tough material and still manage to get a point out of it. And really that's kind of what tonight's video has all been about, is working through a series of unfortunate events. You know, take a football game, you know, 5 things go bad. You know, how can I find a way to fix it. Kind of the same idea here. This could be very bad. This, oh boy. Let me see, what am I doing here? This could be awful. I need to. I knew it needed more force, but let's see what this little poker. Oh, that caught me. This little poker can do. Poked it right off. At least a portion of it. We've got to get the rest from the other side somehow, some way, and I don't see an easy way to do it, unfortunately. Still got to shoot off of this face. Got to draw this one in anyways. How do I want to do it here? There's no good way. I've just got to force it. And work my way up to it. This will either be very good or very bad. We shall find out very soon. I'm leaning towards no. Yeah. Tough stuff. It's very hard to raise over that and get a good platform to shoot across on this dry stuff. This was there initially when we were first making this piece. Alright, so I've got an idea. We're going to draw it in. Draw it in a little bit. Just going to raise this edge. That's kind of what you have to do in a situation like this. But also helps us to draw our tip in. So it's not all bad. Still, I just don't see an easy way to rise up over that column there. It's gonna hinge out for sure. All right, I can do another pass here. Raise it up a hair more. And that would help us there. Like I said, it'll be fine once we get through the problem areas. Alright, did we get it low enough now? The answer is still kind of iffy. I just don't think we have the oomph to get over it. So I'm gonna keep going. Off the other face. This is a humongous shot in the dark slash blunder. This could be so bad in 1,000 ways, but it hiked over it though. We don't have any room to do any excessive thinning, which is the main issue. But at least we scaled Everest there. Again, that can be brought down a tad. All right, now that did it right there. That's about what we're looking for. About time, right? Sweet. Now we got to match the rest of this point to what we've just done. And therein lies the next challenge. Now I could leave it oblong. You find a lot of Simpsons that are a little oblong, but generally when you're recreating a Simpson, you want those nice contour lines. That got me in the same place as last night. Dadgummit. Of course it would. In the exact same place. You can watch the video yesterday and see that's exactly where it got me. Hey, my notification. Oh, dude, glad you're here, Hoosier. Welcome in. I don't think this one's as bad, but boy, howdy. All right, I think there's great hope left in this point. I'm gonna try to work around this little goofy area in my hand here. Try to do my best. Sure stings though. Boy, it stings. As it should, I reckon. Right past that fossil, looky there. That did good. This is the most critical hit of all of them. Goodness, that stings. And we caught it, thankfully. Most of it. My hope is we can catch the rest from the other side. That's our best platform, but I'm looking rather grim. That's not going to take well. Yep. Which means we bring out our I'm gonna break you stone. And pop that joker right on out. Just like that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Well, what are we thinking, guys and gals? Have we defeated all of our hurdles? I think we've won a bunch of them. A big old raw Simpson from Flint River Church. I think we did all right. For a non-candy piece. Still see-through though. When I first picked this up, admittedly, I did think it was heated. This is not heated at all. Which I guess adds to it, you know. But I'm liking the way this is coming out here. This is mostly just finishing touches type stuff here in symmetry work. Get out our little pressure stick. There we go. Now we got our symmetry back a little bit. All right, who wants to start the bid on our big Simpson? It's not done yet, though. Still got to do the edges. $75 by Mr. Hoosier. Mr. Hoosier. The man, the myth, the legend. You missed out on some of them points the other day, Hoosier. I did get your email, though. I think you sent me an email. I wasn't able to respond, though. That's okay. Mr. Mike's or Mr. Marty is going to take good care of them. Bailey's at 120. Nehemiah's at 150. Now, I've never seen you guys' names before, so not sure. Not sure if those are real bids or not. Nehemiah, you just bid 150, so I'm going to take that as a troll comment. Usually if it's folks I don't know, that's just kind of common. You get a lot of those. But, appreciate the thought behind it. Yours is, do you have PayPal? Do you have PayPal, Bailey, by chance? You do? All right. Well, Bailey, you're not somebody that I've dealt with before. So what I usually do if it's somebody that I haven't that's never bought before, I like to say that I'll honor your what'd you vote? What'd you do? 120? So I'll say that the bid is at 120. But if it's somebody I never bought before, usually I have a backup, and so our backup is going to be Hoosier at 75. All right, so 120 is the bid. But if that doesn't pan out, then we've got Hoosier back down at 75. So 120. Where we're at. Uh-oh. Mine is real. I'll go 150. Oh, shoot, I missed that one. Oh, my goodness. Hoosiers at 150. All right. Been a veteran since 2012. No way. Oh, man. So Bailey's a familiar. Okay. All right. Someone said 160. I didn't see the 160, Carrie. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Nehemiah did. I'll still offer that to Nehemiah. I don't know if he's trolling or not. He did a 150 and then a 160. He bet back to back. So, so right now I've got 150 by Hoosier. All right. So Bailey, good to meet you. Right now we've got Hoosier at 150. By the way, that's fair. So anything else is if you just really want it now. Yeah, great to meet you. And forgive me for sounding possibly a little standoffish sometimes. Oh goodness, Snyder can verify. There's so many folks who just come on and say, yeah. Oh, probably the last few streams, every stream we've had someone who would bid and then disappear. It's like, Nehemiah sent 100. All right. So maybe Nehemiah is placing a real bid there. So I'll still open that up if he's still here for Nehemiah. Does anybody else know Nehemiah? Are you new to the channel, Nehemiah? It's more than just art. Yeah. Yeah, a little. It's artsy somewhat, I reckon. Something like that. They call it the art of flint knapping. So Nehemiah, so yours was real. Now Nehemiah had a bid at 160 now. But Nehemiah, do you have PayPal by chance? Absolutely good. Okay. Hey, no worries, Hoosier. I'll try to be. And Bailey are at 100. What's the real bid now? So I know that Hoosier and Bailey are legit now. So Hoosier's like the backup right now at 150, but Nehemiah had 160. Let the guy who bet at 150, he knows. Bet 150, he knows. I'll let the guy you better 150. He knows. Does that mean you're retracting your bid, Nehemiah? If so, we won't let you bid anymore on the channel. It's one of our little rules. But you're welcome to join and chat. If you take back a bid, we won't be able to let you bid any longer on the channel. Just one of those things. How long have I been napping? A little over 5 years now. All right, Nehemiah, I hadn't heard from you, so I reckon we're going to honor Mr. Hoosier's bid at 150, and that would mean that you won't be able to bid any longer. But I do appreciate the little donation you did. Do I wear safety glasses? You bet. How did you know? Oh, goodness. Tommy's at 155. All right. Give Misty a break. He's a real bidder. I'm not sure, Carrie, it's hard to tell these days. If you've been in the last few lives, you can probably understand my struggle with those who don't really bid. No, that doesn't mean he wasn't, but I can never really know, But we got Tommy at 155. Oh, goodness. Hoosier at 175. Oh, my. I don't foresee it. That's up there. That's a really hefty bid. I don't like losing. Oh, no. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. We still got a little ways to make this a good killer point. But that's a good bid. That's definitely the highest bid. Hey, no worries, Bailey. No worries, Bailey. That's a hefty bid. I would be skeptical too, but Hoosiers seems to definitely want it. I will give them that. And so I'm gonna make it the best I can for them. Just ignore Andy. What did Andy say? Who's Andy? Let me go back. I don't like Lou. Oh, maybe Andy is somebody I don't know whose name it is. How is it fake? Well, it's real. I'm holding it. Don't you see? But it's not like authentic. But thank you for the bid, Bailey. It's good to meet you now. It is good to meet you. The first time I did the stream, Bailey, there was and I did the same thing for Hoosier. Hoosier probably remembers. Andy. I thought of Andy from like Toy Story. But no, I did the same thing for Hoosier. I'm like, who is this guy who bid in like a couple videos ago? Like, who in the world is this? And now I know him. So good to meet everybody here. I just appreciate the support. It means a ton to me. As many of you know, most of what I do get will go to student loans. I'm about halfway done paying it off, but still got a ways to go. Used to be on the boat, but now the boat is okay. Which mainly was just cheap parts for the boat, but a lot of it's just going there. But that's not a plea for anything. It's just letting you know where it's going to. Doesn't really matter. I guess it could go to groceries or whatever, but that's where it's going. I'm on track to pay it off in like with my normal finances in like a year. But with Flint Knapping, it's possible to like expedite it a little bit. Sometimes I'll buy Marshall a little treat. You see him over here? You want a treat? A treat? A treat? Well, I knew that turkey would look at me. Ha ha! Oh, is a copper? There's a big difference between some of it. Selling your own. Hey, that's true. That's very true. Natives, yeah, many did. I say many. I don't know the statistics, but I know that plenty did. How about that? Many interact like Jake. Y'all. Oh man, thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Tommy. Who, me? I'll take a treat. That's exactly right. Dog is sleepy. You best believe it. Give him a treat. All right, I will afterward. Make you say something. It's funny. Yeah, I still got a little ways to make this nice as I can. All these little flakes add up. This is actually a little fossil. I'm about to take a flake from it. Right in the middle of that joker. Ha! Got it. That looks good. Doesn't even look like a gouge out from that side at all. At least the way I'm looking at it. Looks amazing. All right. Work on the edge work over here. By the way, I don't know if anybody bid any higher than that, but I'm not going to accept any higher. I think that's very fair. And Be cool for my new buddy Hoosier to get it anyways. Unless somebody like known wanted more. Otherwise we're gonna cap it there. Caught a little bit of it there. All right. And we still got a ways to go to make this look nice and clean. Go. I want to bop these little areas so bad, but no need to. No need to. Sweet. That's what I was looking for. All right, now to some extensive pressure flaking, which is not always fun for me, but part of this whole thing. You win again. I just got your payment, Uji. That's hilarious. I do think it's kind of a cool dynamic. People have told me this, that the coolest thing about receiving the point isn't just the point itself, but the fact that you get to see it made live, or at least on a video. That way it'll be on the internet forever. You can say to your children or grandchildren when they ask, where'd you get that? How did it? Who made it? All right, youngin, pull up your old YouTubes. and go to this old rascal by the handle of Gulf Coast Knapping. They were like, wow, it's not on a cassette tape? No, it's on YouTube. You can go look it up on YouTube. There's this guy, he never seen his face. Actually, most of you have. I say most of you. A decent portion of you have. Via Facebook or whatnot. Don't want y'all to get distracted by my ugly face. That's why. Shame me with the Celsius measure. That's good points. Small piece of oil, let me link up with you, get my old friend. Yeah, send me an email or something. It makes you want to buy them. Maybe so, maybe so. Lots of little shards. Just to make Yep. Spirit is a oh, thank you. Thank you. Flakes much like obsidian. I wish this piece flaked like obsidian. This flakes like chert. Because that's exactly what it is. By the way, the thickness is very proportional to the Simpsons that I've seen. So I'm fairly content with what we got here. By the way, Hoosier, you sent, you bought a couple points. I'm going to throw in a point that I did not make. For free. Hopefully I remember to do that. I think you would appreciate seeing it though. So I'm going to throw something in for you. Alrighty. Shrooms. Coming together. on such long points, I forget how long it takes to do the pressure work. Ugh. But we're getting it, we're getting it. The cool thing about this is that there is quite a bit of variation in the point, so it'll keep you looking at it a little longer than just something bland. The thing with Simpsons is symmetry is always key, and it can be so easy to get the symmetry wrong on these points. I'm talking just the slightest error can about ruin you. And yes, that's a word. All right, that side has some good flakes alongside of it. Now we got to match it on this face. We've been working at this one almost 2 hours. Need me a sip of Mountain Dew, bear with me here. Who's your Jake? My goal is to build my own long... Ooh! On arrows as well. Harvest a deer. No way! All right, that's a good little goal there. It's a goodly little goal. I like it. Here we go. More pressure flaking. Here we go. Here we go. Have to be a little more conscious on this side with how far we draw it in and try to keep it symmetrical to the other side best I can. So far, symmetry's looking fine. I'm just looking at it from one dimension, one direction. I need to look at it from about every direction. Alright, so we got that side. Yeah, it needs a drawing just a hair, really on both sides. So I need to be a little careful here. Not to overdo it. Bring everything in a little bit. Problem comes with that area there, which hinders our wideness a little bit, or width. I don't think wideness is a word. Ought to be, but it's not a word. Alright, where am I messing up? Oh, it looks good actually. It looks good from that side. Man, I was not expecting that. Hair more over here. Yeah, that looks good. Get our tip wrangled in here. Yeah, that looks good. And just abrade the sides. Maybe a handful more flakes down through here. I'm gonna catch that rascal. Told you. Come on, come on. Actually, I don't know if that'll catch now I look at it. Let's see this one out. Caught it there. That's all I needed right there. That's it. Sweet. That'll look a lot better. Oh yeah, that looks thinned out now. That looks better. Looks better to me. definitely better now. A big old Simpson blade. Sharp as can be, probably. I about want to take one of my old gloves that's just burnt. This is burnt. This is cutting myself. Anyways, it'll cut. It'll cut. All right, there you go. Big old Simpson. It's got some lucence to it. Just a big old Simpson. Mr. Hoosier's got it. A little bit of thickness in the middle like it's supposed to have, but it's rounded. It's the way it needs to be. And for some rough material, by the way, the reason I like this one more, not only because it's big, but because this is raw material, and a lot of paleo points were made from raw material. So huge little pocket there you get to keep in there. And again, has some lucence to it. So, all right. Where's my measuring tape? I bet you it's about 7.5, maybe. No, I'm dead wrong. It's a hair over 7. A hair over 7. I guess I was close. Big old Simpson. Swirly, raw Simpson. With some lucence. All right, guys. I think treat. A treat. You want a treat? Now, when he's twitching, that means he's asleep. So if I say something and he starts twitching in his back leg, that usually means he's asleep. So once his ears move, that's when he's awake usually. So, you want a treat? All right, he's twitching. You want a treat? A treat? A treat? His neck twitched, so he's still asleep. All right, you want a treat? Hey, Marshall. You want a treat? There he is. You want to go inside, get a treat? You can go inside, get a treat. You can come smell this point here. You can come smell this point here. There you go. You can come smell what I made. Smell. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go inside. You can go around. You want to go around? There you go, you sleepy boy. You smell what I made, bub? You want to smell? You too tired? You want that treat, don't you? You want that treat, don't you? All right, let's go around, go inside. All right, guys, we're going to head on out. Thanks so much to Mr. Turtles and Tortoises. And we're going to go inside and call it a night. Thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for everybody who joined. Thanks for the mods. And all right, back up. We'll go in a minute. And we'll catch y'all in the next video. All right.